got you. All right? Thank you. I greet you right now from a congregation that was a person you might know, Angela Davis congregation. Presently, Melville, which is one of the Little Rock Nine, is in the congregation. Annie Lamont is in the congregation. And if you are a jazz musician, our jazz musician person was a guy by the name of George Duke. He was our minister of music. And you may not know this dude, but he grew up and became Tupac, was a member of this congregation. That is to say that we understand there are moments when you must stand. There are times when the moral moment comes upon you. You do not choose it, it chooses you. A few years ago, at a moment in our nation, a dude by the name of Abraham Lincoln stood up and said, hopefully, that we were in a nation that was founded on the hope of liberty and the hope of everyone being the same. And then for a very long time, there was a war. And that war turned out, and it came that we became one people. But it did not resolve our issues. But what is to be an American? To be an American is not to all be the same. It is to believe that because you're different doesn't mean that you ought to be erased. Because I believe differently from you, I'm not asking you to change your view. I'm just asking you to work with me so we can find a better view for all of us. This is not left or right. This is morally right or wrong. There comes a moment when we have to decide who we are. And we know one thing. We are better than this. Cruelty is not the definition of an American. Meanness is not the definition of a country. We have been cruel. We have been mean. But we've never been happy about it. And look and see that the folk who are now in the White House and those who are in our agency, they seem to be happy with cruelty. We have come here today to say, that's not us. You are not like us. Kendrick Lamar in his last halftime show, he said, you are not like us. If you think that meanness is okay, you are not like us. If you think that it's all right to throw people out of the country without rights, you are not like us. If you think that someone, because of who they love, how they love, and their own gender reality, that they ought to be destroyed, you are not like us. Who are we? We are the people. We are those who will stand regardless of what you think. We are those who will not back down. Now there are those of us who are saying that it is too late. There are those of us who say we should sit out. There are those of us who say we didn't break it, so we don't fix it. I don't know where those people are living in, but I'm living in America. And in America, we all work together. It is now your time to stand up. If not now, then when? Because if we don't stand up now, then y'all will tell you there'll be nothing to stand up for. So I've got two things I want you to do. I want you to take your phone out right now. And I want you to text and tell folks that you're at this rally. Text them right now. And tell them, and then simply put the tagline, we're better than this. You go ahead and do it right now, because there's about 5,000 people here. That means there could be 10, 15, 20,000 people that get the text. Now wait a minute. If you text that, somebody gonna ask you about it. Somebody gonna say, what were you doing? That's why I want you to text. Because if all you do is stand up at this rally, it's not enough. If all you do is to raise a sign, it's not enough. There are many of you who's never been to a rally in your life. We want to say welcome. We've been waiting for you. But anyway, So it is not enough to simply come to rallies. You're going to have to find people who you disagree with and sit down with them and tell them that this is what you believe, this is what I believe, but together we're better than this. I do not believe that the majority of Americans believe that this is what they voted for. I do not believe that even the most extreme person who has states' right ever believed that it was all right to be this mean. You know why I don't believe it? Because I know enough human beings, and you know them. They are your grandmothers and grandfathers. They are the children of the children that you raised. They are the people that you work through every day. And they are expecting your silence, and your silence is agreement. I'm going to say that again because y'all looking at me kind of strange. Your silence is agreement. So if you disagree, you got to speak up. You got to say something. You got to engage somebody. You got to tell them, no, I don't agree. Now I would be remiss as I sit down because it's too hot if I don't tell my sisters and brothers who are Christian in the audience, we have a special responsibility. You've been manipulated. You've been told that God wants people to be hurt. You've been told that God wants people to be erased. You've been told that for you to stand up means that you stand against. But I've got good news for you. God is calling you to stand up and stand for something. Stand for compassion. Stand for love. And if you believe in Jesus, stand for those who are hurting, those who are in need, those who are the least, and those who are the less. That's our job. That's what we mean by Christianity. So I know this rally has been hands off. And I'm glad we did that. But I charge you to be hands on. I charge you to take the same hands that built this nation, the same hands that voted or did not vote, the same hands that build things, to now reach out and touch something. For these are the hands that changed America. These are the hands that came to Stonewall and said no more. These are the hands that came to Martin Luther King and said no more. These are the hands that are your hands that will change things. So raise your hands. Wave. 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 Look around you. That's the power. That's the power. And did you notice, if you have hands and they have hands, we can change America. We can take this moral moment back. We can. We shall. We are going to take this moment back. God bless you.
Pastor Floyd.